Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe. Your main man's Uncle Freezy. What is good? Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? What's good? What's good, party people? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's good to see y'all. Good to be with y'all, man. Blue tears, orange tears, blorangetears. Let's go. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some blue and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scream! What's good, party people? How my people out there doing? How my people out there doing, man? What's good? What's good? What's good? Payback Carter's in the building. Almighty Finesse is in the building. What's good? Kendall Rivera, Nick G, what's good? I see you. Miss Geraldine. Coach is in the building. Corey Lee's in the building. Subliminal 209. What's good, Joe? T. Williams. VR Hidalgo was good. Greenie, man. I probably shouted out Greenie 3 times already. Jay Boogie is in the building. Kerry Cox is in the building. What's good? Hey, Luke Skywalker Visions. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all this morning, man? I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw the Donovan Mitchell thing. That thing got me pumped up, yo. I saw the Donovan Mitchell thing, man. That thing got me pumped up, man. As usual, I gotta state, you know, the stuff at the beginning. Hey, y'all, please subscribe to the channel so that you can get dope Knicks content. Consider becoming a member, clicking on the join button on the YouTube page, and also consider joining Patreon. Right, we got a little Patreon joint. We just got up and running. Right, we just got the Patreon up and running, man. We're trying to provide some dope content, man. We're trying to use all the resources that we can in order to provide a quality product. Y'all know that already, though. Y'all know that already, though. Y'all know that. Y'all know we trying to provide a dope, quality content, man. We try to do it all the time. Y'all know that. How y'all doing out there? Man, how y'all doing? Man, I appreciate everybody that was checking on me yesterday, man. At one point, I had 19 missed calls, bro. It's crazy. At one point, I had 19 missed calls. I was laughing. I don't know if it was Jeremy Maynard or Chuck Allen, but I was laughing with one of them. I was like, yo, I got 19 missed calls, and everybody probably think I'm ignoring them. Yo, Uncle Freeze ain't doing the show, and he ain't returned my call. What's going on? It's life, man. I had to take a minute to get when you texting people 4:00 in the morning about Tom Thibodeau rotations, it becomes less of a passion and more of an obsession. So I just wanted to take a day to myself to kind of step back. And it still wasn't a day to myself to kind of take a step back. It just wound up being a day not on the air. Taking a step back. Payback Carter, I want to do a fantasy football. I do. I want to do one with y'all, right? I want to do the draft live somewhere, right? I want to do the draft somewhere, but I want to. I don't want to be the commissioner, and I don't want to set the rules and none of that stuff. I just want to be 18. I want to do a league, but I'm not putting no money into nothing. I'm putting money into blorangetears. That's it. Side money, man. I'm not putting money in nothing. Any money that I have outside of my personal budget, man, I'm putting it into this, so I can get another microphone that don't cut on and off, stuff like that, man. I do want to get a 10-team league at some point, man. And we can just rock from there. We need to get us a commissioner, but I don't have no bread though. I just can't right at the moment. I just don't have bread to toss around like that right now because I gotta invest it in this thing that we're trying to do on Patreon. Right. So I'm trying to do this thing on Patreon, man. So I'm trying to buy. Just give you an example. I'm trying to buy this software so that I won't have to describe plays to you. I could show you the plays on the screen, like how we're wasting Julius Randle and then blaming Julius Randle for being wasted. I want to show you on screen with animation why RJ Barrett will become a superstar. And it's not because of RJ Barrett don't have the skills. It's because right now we're wasting RJ Barrett, bro. Opportunities where RJ Barrett's wide open and nobody sees him. And not just Barrett, but Obi. But like everything in life, stuff costs money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just putting some stuff in there on that. VR Hidalgo 2 says a few snaps for the microphone. Yeah, I know. But this one right here was supposed to be good. But maybe I use it too much. Do I abuse microphones too much? Am I a microphone fiend? Was I a fiend before I became a teen and rocked the microphone and was cold as ice cream? Is that the case? Shout out to Rakim for that. So yes, I want to do stuff, and y'all know I want to do more stuff because y'all know how often I be here. So clearly, y'all know I'm passionate about this thing. This is not a fake thing for me. I want to see if I got a thing that I want to do full time, right? But I also want to do this as close to full time as possible, right? Right. How y'all feeling about Donovan Mitchell, man? This is what let me put this thing. Let me put a poll in the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Let's get these subscription numbers up, man, for those that watch. I want to convert y'all. I want to convert y'all from viewers to subscribers, man. I want to convert y'all from viewers to subscribers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we do a lot. We put out a lot of content, a lot of it. And I'm not saying that all of it is the greatest, but we continuously pump it out. Gemma. So I'm just putting out an APB for individuals that want to help me do content on Patreon. If you want to help me do the content on Patreon, listen, I need some help. And if you got a few minutes to spare where you could, help pump out content on Patreon, come on. And consider it like this. This is regular TV and Patreon is like cable. Just consider it like that. Like this is regular TV and Patreon is cable. Just consider it like that, man. How y'all feel about Donovan Mitchell, though? That's what I want to get into, man. Hey, Miss Geraldine just became a member. Thank you for that, Miss Geraldine. Hey, how the bowling game going? How the bowling game going? Danny Landis is in the building. What's good? You still bowling, right? Yeah, I hope you ain't quit. You know bowling is a sport. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Are you experiencing... Let me spell experiencing right. Experiencing Donovan Mitchell trade fatigue. And the options are simple. Yes or no. Are you experiencing Donovan Mitchell trade fatigue? I'm not even going to lie to you. I am experiencing Donovan Mitchell trade fatigue. I am. Right? I want the Knicks to do something. Okay, I see y'all. Hey, I see y'all. Look at that. So Mr. Yardine says, it's good. We won all 3 games last night. Hey, that's great. That's great, boss lady. When the next time y'all going at it? Saturday? I like bowling, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I just don't have the. I'm a Hulk smash bowler, and I know that never works. Hulk smash bowlers never put up good scores, or rarely put up good scores. Right? Okay, Benny barking all crazy. Benny going crazy. Benny can legit. So my desktop, so if you can see my hand, right? My desk is right here below, and Benny can put his snoot on this desktop already, and it's only been Benny is 5.5 months Monday. 5.5 months Monday. Right? Big old souls in the building. Let me throw this link in the chat. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat because I talked to my people. I hadn't talked to my people in a couple of days, man. I got to catch up with everybody. Are you guys experiencing Donovan Mitchell? Not Donovan Mitchell fatigue. Donovan Mitchell trade fatigue. Are you experiencing Donovan Mitchell trade fatigue? And my opinion, it's a real thing.
Yeah. What up, Breezy?
Oh, Danny, hold on, Danny, hold on. I keep forgetting, man. I forget sometimes. Danny Landis is in the building. What's good, Danny?
Good morning, salute. Good morning, everybody.
How you doing, man? You looking crispy this morning, bro. What's going on?
I guess I slept 3 hours.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How Lucas?
He's good. He's doing great.
Good, man.
Yes,
Good,
sir.
good. Good, man. Good, man. Hey,
I heard
Coach,
about
how
your
you
fish.
doing, man? Oh, the fish died, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You killed them already, bro?
I don't know. I put these
What'd you
stupid
give
orange...
me? The meat you didn't eat yesterday?
No, bro. Yo, you didn't see the video? Bro, I ate meat yesterday. My stomach is still...
I
saw
know.
the video.
I just saw it.
Crazy.
Salute to the panel, y'all. Good morning, everyone.
Salute, Greeny. What's good, bro?
Yo.
Man, I ate meat yesterday for the first time in like 5.5 months, man. That pork had my head swimming like a... Bro.
You was sweating?
Yeah, man.
The meat sweats.
Bro, and I didn't eat every meat. Like, I didn't eat a pound of every meat. I was just like tasting a lot of different meats, bro. Bro, fish is so gamey, man. I don't know if I ever go back to eating fish, bro. Ever, bro. Because after being off fish for like 5.5 months, as soon as you taste it, you're like, damn, this meat is strong as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. And it's supposed to be a light meat, right? Huh?
Fish is my favorite dish.
You breaking up, Coach?
Yeah, Danny, I didn't hear you, bro.
What up, Danny? I thought that was Coach.
Can you hear me now, Freezy?
Oh,
Yeah.
Cam's fish with favorite.
The universe don't want to don't want you to get that out, Danny. You keep breaking up.
You still on the Decepticon side. I can't hear.
Yeah, they hating.
Yeah,
they
man.
hating.
Yeah, man. Something about that fish, bro. Yesterday, and then I ate like one of those pork steaks. You know how they have like the big ham, and they slice like a big thing off a thing, man, and then they grill it real hard, man, and get that crust on it, and then I just can't do it no more, bro. Look, I want to talk Knicks, man, but I just want to get this out, man. I can't see going back to meat, bro. After
I gave up
yesterday,
meat for a long time, and when I came back, I felt like how you feel right now. It was just like, ugh, like, ugh. I
Yeah.
stopped eating meat around the hardest time of the year. I had gave up meat like right before Thanksgiving, coming into Christmas and all
Oh,
that.
you
And
brave, my boy.
yeah, and I
You
did it.
brave.
I was good. They all eating chicken
I
and
can't
stuff.
give
I'm
up
like,
meat,
nah,
bro.
nah.
Oh man,
Give me a
I'd
whole
have
plate
to
of collard
wait.
greens.
That'd have been my New Year's
Yeah, but
resolution.
you don't put the what's the name in it?
But I ain't gonna lie, I was doing good until that summer came back around and I started smelling them barbecues, and I was over it after that.
Mm,
It was over.
oh,
like steak,
Oh
bacon,
yeah,
Yeah.
and that
meatball.
happened too.
I'm
It
Italian.
took
I gotta
me.
have my meatballs, bro. My
That
Italian
happened
sausage.
yeah,
They,
Coach is Italian. That's right. That's right.
it took
I
me
can't
to
be living out
top
that.
of the top of the line steakhouse, and I was a vegan at the time, and I got tofu there, and it was terrible. I was like, yeah, I might as well just start eating meat again.
Nah, I
Right.
stayed away
Yeah.
from red meat for a while. That was pretty much chicken, turkey, and all that. I could eat, but the red meat, I'll probably stay away from.
Yeah, I can't do none of that, bro. I can't. And then the smell was getting to me, man. I was like, when my stomach was doing all these weird flexes, I was like, oh boy.
You know what I call
Right.
that, Freezy? I call that aliens. You know how like when the alien in the movie be in your chest and it pop
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
I say it's that because you be feeling like something moving in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So what are y'all thinking? Do y'all have Donovan Mitchell fatigue yet? The trade fatigue?
I do.
Nah, I do
I
and I
do
don't. Yeah,
I do tremendous.
because
Nobody's in a rush to hurry to
well,
get this thing over.
the thing is, my fatigue is more just because there's no progress and there's just nothing new. But that's the fatigue part for me. Obviously, I want this stuff to get rocking and get over with. Like just rip it off like a Band-Aid. If we paying too much, I don't care. Let's just get it over with.
Yeah, fast because he's here, he over here. He's clearly telling them without saying it, like I want to be here in New York City. Like
just
just
yeah,
might as well
I
just
want to
get
move
it done.
on with the next, developing who we got left after whoever leaves, getting the new team rocking.
Right.
Right. I read something last night, man. Everybody claims to be a source or an insider, but saying that Utah wanted Grimes. They said he said they're not interested in Cam Reddish. He'll end up being a
Yeah, I heard about
1 year,
that.
like a 1 year player because he ain't trying to re-up on nobody that ain't no superstar type player. But he said he wanted 7 or 8 firsts, along with 3 young balls from our team. Says
So
3.
he won 10 or 11 players.
No, pretty much. Like pretty much, we got 8 firsts at least, 7, 8 firsts, and 3 of our young players. Now, like I said, I don't know how credible it is because everybody said they're an insider or a source, but that's what I read last night.
Who do Danny Ainge think he is? Somebody need to tell him that. Like, who do you think you
Well,
are, bro?
after the Minnesota trade,
Exactly.
he's the new trendsetter. You know what I'm saying?
He think
He
he a
set the bar.
baddie. He think
He
he a
set the
baddie.
bar.
That's the problem.
Set the
Not
bar
a
too high,
baddie, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah. In my opinion, what it is Danny Ainge is overplaying his hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what happened is he did the deal with Minnesota thinking he still got it from, I could still do this, like he was with the Paul Pierce deal and with the Jason Tatum Philly fiasco, right? He's like, man, I still got it, bro. Nobody's gonna pay you that. Nobody's giving up 11 players for Donovan Mitchell. Period.
It just doesn't make sense for me. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I tell you what, I made a mistake yesterday. Since there was no content from you yesterday, I just went down a rabbit hole and started watching some highlights again. I got a ham sandwich situation going on with Ovi, bro.
You think he a ham and cheese or just ham?
Bro, that transition game for him, for me, just like I just think I can just see Brunson and Mitchell just flying up the court with him on the break and I don't know, man. I'm gonna miss that dude, bro. The more I watch a lot of highlights again.
He brings a lot of energy that we haven't had in a long time. Like he just brings the
I just love the way. I mean, I know sometimes we want him to stay home to get that rebound, but
it's an advantage. It's an advantage
when he puts that finger up. Ooh, you know what I'm saying?
You know somebody getting highlighted. You know somebody getting
bro.
highlighted. And it's to the point now that he's not even jumping with Obi. Like, he's just getting respect now. Like,
I mean, that's just like the younger, fancy pants side of me, liking that again. I don't know.
Yeah, but we can always watch it on Utah.
I guess. but in the same breath, though, I watched a lot of. I made a point to really look at the way Randall drove to the basket a few times, more than people gave him credit for, especially off some pick and rolls and stuff. I mean, he still takes it to the rim strong, bro.
Hi.
First Republic Bank, the guys here.
Okay, we can call 15, please.
When it comes to Obi, and correct me if I'm wrong, he didn't start playing basketball until later on in his life, right? He wasn't no baller since, 5 years old, grew up playing ball. He started playing ball later. And I don't think that,
you don't have that mileage on him.
Yeah, I think he's one of those kids where he sprouted up like 4 to 6 inches in 1 year and then, realized that he could be good at ball. The reason I say that is, the other day we were talking about like him taking his game to another level and progressing his game to the point where it ain't just high flying and all of that. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that. It ain't like he a kid. Obi's like 24, 25 already. I think what he got in his game right now is what he's gonna be. He may be a better 3-point shooter, and he may be able to get better on defense and rebounds, but offensively, breaking people down off the dribble and all of that, I don't see that coming in his game at all.
I think Obi can do that. He has the explosion to blow past people his size.
Yeah, I mean, he's that 1 or 2 dribble guy and then just blam to the rim,
right.
It's just about him putting himself in position to score. Like, he's not going to take a dude off the dribble from the 3-point line. But from the high post, he's taking somebody off the dribble.
Yeah. He takes that 1 dribble, 2-step to the rim.
If you look at Obi's career so now, he's always been a late bloomer. Like, he always get better. I mean, like in college, his first year later, he'll 1 year he'll be this, but then the next year he'll show out and get better and progress. So hopefully he could take that next if he's here. Anyway.
I think Obi's good. I think he's 1 dribble move away from being a consistent rotational player. 6th or 7th man.
Because, for the money to work for this trade.
Wait a minute, you said the 6th or 7th? You mean the 2nd or 3rd?
I said, yeah. No, I'm saying the 6th or 7th man. That's what I'm
okay.
He was the number 8 pick, though. He was the number 8 pick. You don't want your number 8 pick stealing to be the 6th or 7th man off the bench.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Well,
I agree.
I mean, that whole Randall kind of messed that up, and that's not really bad on Randall because he played well and led us to the 4th seed, but he messed it up in a way that he played well, and they don't want to trade him, and they paid him. So, but it helped us anyway to get to the 4th seed. So, kudos to Randall.
But I was looking at the trade possibilities. For the money to work. It's got to be if you do Fournier, it's got to be Fournier and Rose or Fournier and Obi with the money because Fournier, Quigley, and Grimes it's still not enough with money to match Donovan. So that's the thing that worries me.
I'm sorry, Coach. Can you say what you said one more time?
Because the money's got to match up. So, if it's just Quigley, Grimes, and then it's got to be
Fournier.
and it
Fournier
can't be
makes the most.
well. Fournier, Quigley, and Grimes still ain't enough. They
But
need
if we
one
put
more.
anybody else but Fournier is like the person that makes he opens up like us to make other decisions on who we want to keep. Because Fournier money, he's gonna be the biggest to.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, I'm saying
you
it's
feel
got to
me?
be Fournier. But what I'm
Yeah,
saying is like
yeah.
that next person, it's gonna have to be Obi or D Rose basically to make the money work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Obi makes like $5 million something, and
Just not enough. Yeah, it's the money aspect, really.
yeah, and Quigley and Grimes only make like $1 or $2 million.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
they probably make like 4
gotta match it
combined.
up.
You know,
but Fournier has to be in the deal if we're talking like numbers, because his numbers make it flexible for us to move around who we want and what we want to do.
Because if it's Rose and not Fournier, if they don't want Fournier for some reason,
then we got to put 4. Then we got to have.
It's got to be Rose, Obi, and the 2 other young ones.
Yeah, man.
Every single time.
So that's the part that worries me a little bit, because I want to keep either Rose or Obi or both. You know what I'm saying? I know it's tough to say.
Rose and Obi or both.
Rose or Obi.
I think we just have an infatuation with Rose.
If we get rid of
Rose should stay here.
If we get rid of Rose, like Freezy said, I don't mind picking up Rondo on like a little mentor contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have. Honestly, I'd rather have Rondo than Rose.
I mean, if they put Rose in it, I mean, if they threw in Pat Bev, because Pat Bev only makes like 1 point something million. So if you have Rose and Fournier, that money matches up. Like, I wouldn't mind, you know.
Yeah.
Honestly, think Pat Bev going to be in that trade. I think we're going to get Pat Bev back in that trade, to be honest. But they don't want him. They don't want him.
Either, man. I mean, Rose looked out for us when, Rose looked out for us that year we made the playoffs. In my opinion, if he didn't get hurt last year, we would have made, we would have made the playoffs again. But with Brunson and, when I'm going to speak it into existence, when we get Mitchell, how much time is he really going to get per game? That's going to be valuable minutes. I wouldn't mind giving up Rose. I do feel a little bit hesitant about giving up the shooting of Fournier. I know he don't play no D. I know he's ham cheese, Swiss cheese on the D side, but he's really the only person that spaces the floor in any sort of capacity for us.
Only reason why I want to get rid of Fournier, because we didn't sign Fournier to move our needle. He was a gap guy. We can get Fournier in the draft. We can get another guy like Fournier.
I mean, honestly, and we can pick up a dude
but his contract is what's important too, though.
Yeah,
that's why we got to
get that money.
Yeah,
that's why you get the money off the books.
I mean, I wouldn't even mind picking up a dude like, I know he's old and dirt, but like Danny Green, bro, like just for some shooting off the bench.
He's coming off an ACL, right?
Yeah, I think he hurt.
Oh, is he?
No, I think, I'm not sure. We gotta look that up, but I believe so.
But like, to me, whatever.
Sorry to interrupt y'all, but I gotta head out, boys. I'm about to hit the gym. Salute to y'all. Y'all boys be safe.
Have a good workout.
All right, bro.
Hit it.
Thank you.
Coach,
Breezy, you know what they're saying? Oh, my bad.
I feel like we need, whether we do the trade or not, we need at least one of them 3-and-D type guys, just to kind of bring in.
So any 3-and-D type guy or a specific 3-and-D type guy?
I mean, someone like Tony Snell or something. You know what I'm saying? Like a dude like that.
I like Tony Snell. I mean, he's a veteran that's out there, minimum contract type dude who don't need the ball to feel involved in the game. He's completely satisfied with playing defense number one. I like that for this team.
Like, I think he's available.
He is. He's on the market. Tony Snell, you could get him. He's a veteran free agent out there right now.
To me, like, that's, I mean, unless we get lucky with some other splash somewhere, but in some kind of weird little trade or three-way trade or something. But besides that, I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about someone like that because we really don't have them guys right now.
Nope.
So okay. So when I'm listening, I'm hearing it like in a generic term. Or are you keeping it? Are you keeping it simplistic for the sake of conversation, or is it really more complicated than what you're saying? And because you're saying a Tony Snell guy.
Well, I said Tony Snell because I happen to see they're both available, and I was kind of scoping over the. So
let me ask you the
unrestricted free agent guys.
What are they offering your offense and defense?
Well, defensively, they're not liabilities. I mean, unless Danny Green's that hurt and he can't cover anybody anymore. But there are guys that have always found a way to be a good, a good teammate. Willing to do, however many minutes they get, they put in that work. They're hustle guys, and if you give them a little spot three catch and shoot situation, they might hit a couple, hit a couple big threes for us once in a while. That like someone that's
But what's their most usefulness? Like, what's the reason why I got to pay them $4 million a year?
The threat of you can't just leave them alone out there. I mean, they're just good enough to where you can't leave them alone. So it's a floor spacer.
So are you talking about to dribble, pass, and shoot, or only just knocking down?
Just catch and shoot guys. We need some catch and shoot guys.
Okay.
To me, that could also play a little defense. Who that is, I don't know. I guess we have to go through the who's available stuff to see who fits that mold. But I just don't feel we have catch and shoot guys. I mean, I've seen RJ do it once in a while, in spot time. But besides him, I mean, who is it on our team? You know what I'm saying? That's still with us.
Once Fournier is gone, it's gonna be OB for the corner three. I hope him. And Grimes may be gone. Obi may be gone even in this conversation we talk about. Let me look at the
undrafted free agents just to just for the hell of it.
I honestly think what's holding up the trade is really like either Grimes or Obi. Like the front office don't want to get rid of Obi because that's their draft pick, and then Tibbs don't want to give up Grimes because that's his guy. That's like he favors him, he likes him, he fits his mold of a player. So I think they're trying to compromise to both. So I think that's the only thing really holding it up between that is really Grimes and Obi. Like which one is gonna go?
I agree with you on that, Kendall, because I think like you said, the front office probably want Obi because he's box office. He's bringing the dunks. And then, like you said, they don't want to give up Grimes because that's Tibbs' guy. That's the coaching decision. So
But the thing is, because of the way Grimes played in the summer league, that made it more enticing for Utah, and at the same time, it made it more enticing for us to want to keep. So it made it a tough piece,
I always say that Grimes kind of low-key traded himself by playing that well in the summer league.
Right.
He traded himself?
Yeah, just made himself as an asset, even more of an asset, basically, because how he played, everybody's watching the summer league. Every team is there, every president is there, every coach is there, and they scouting. And I think that the way Grimes played, he made himself even more of an asset of a player to Utah. If they was looking at the deal from the beginning, they probably saw Grimes. They probably didn't want Grimes at first, and then they saw him playing in the summer league, and they were like, "Oh, nah, I gotta have Grimes." So that's why I say he kind of like traded himself.
I mean, I know this sounds kind of weird, but Melo's kind of catch and shoot nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I got a question, but it's just a little bit off topic though.
I thought you was in the gym.
My trainer, I called my trainer. He said 15 more minutes, so I'm coming.
Dang, this high roller got a trainer.
Yeah, I got to get a trainer because I just partially tore my meniscus, so like
Oh
I'm
wow.
trying to take it.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
And I play
Real,
ball. I'm crazy with ball. I'm
real,
6'5", so I'm a baller. I do
real
it.
quick,
Oh,
Green.
I definitely know something about 6'5", bro.
What gym you go to? What gym you go to?
Yeah.
Green.
Well, I go to LA, but he about to go to Planet. He about to take me to Planet.
Okay.
What? LA by what's the name? Valley
I'm in
Stream.
Long Island, so I go wherever really. But my closest one to my crib, I'm always out
Farmingdale?
east. So I'm going. Nah, I'm going to Patchogue. I used to go to Farmingdale though.
Oh, I used to go to Valley Stream, that 24 over there.
Yeah, I used to go to the 24 in Massapequa. That one's smooth too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I had a
Yeah, man.
question for you
Hey,
guys. Would you guys rather do the Donovan deal how it is, or whatever, however you want the deal to ideally get done, or would you rather wait till this off season coming up and use those draft picks, either acquire somebody in the free agency or move up in the draft?
go get Spider, bro. Come on, man.
I mean, I don't.
get him.
Who's
I
available?
mean,
Like, all right, aside from moving up in the draft is a whole nother pivot. But who would be available as a superstar type player this off season that would fall into that category?
I would have to look up on my research.
that ain't
That was just a
old.
question. That was just a question.
I mean, the sexiest dudes are kind of older now. You know, like Chris Middleton, which he's got a player option, and LeBron. But
Militant will lead that team.
I don't know if Middleton gonna leave Giannis, man. I wouldn't.
and Wiggins.
I think for me, I think only way he leaves is if they win one more and then Giannis be like, all right, I gave y'all everything. I gave y'all 2, so I'm up out of here.
Yeah, give me that big bag. Give me that satchel.
Right.
And that's when, if they win within the next 2 or 3 years, I'm not gonna lie, I'll throw everything at Giannis. RJ, I don't care if you're a superstar. Bye.
I mean, I'm like Embiid or Cat.
I think I'm cool on Embiid. Something about Embiid I just don't like.
Embiid is a dog. I like Embiid.
Nah, he a dog. Like, don't get it away. He elite.
And
But
I
it's just
played center in high school.
about
He
him.
got everything. He got everything.
He ain't gonna be there when you need him, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, he do get hurt. He get hurt at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think he's hurt a lot, but he get hurt at the wrong time. He definitely gets hurt at the wrong time.
Yeah, man. It's because the dudes that play them positions that are premier positions, bro, they get hurt often. Like these 3-and-D wings, these offensive centers, bro, they stay getting hurt, man. They stay getting hurt. Or if they don't get hurt, then they asking price will be so high. They price themselves out of reach for certain teams. And not just money, I'm talking about the assets to acquire them. Right? Because think about this. Think about what we offering for Donovan Mitchell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then think about what we would have to offer Philly for Joel Embiid.
Yeah, that thing would be insane. And that's why I think that Rudy Gobert thing messed up the whole market. Like, what are they going to ask for Kevin Durant now? Really?
I mean, I'd rather have a banger center, actually, the more I think about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like Steven Adams or something. Like what kind of
set a hard screen. For Kevin Durant, they're going to ask for land.
I like Steven Adams, bro. I don't know why I always like that dude, bro.
No, Steven Adams solid. I like him too.
Ain't nothing wrong with a dirty work center. I don't need for you to try to be pretty. I don't need for you to try to be pretty.
You don't care about you don't need the ball.
One thing I like about Steven Adams the most is that he, like, no matter how physical the game gets, he always composed. Like, he never ever rattles.
Right.
Like, like never.
I think that's because he got
he's still only 29, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's young.
Yeah. Because he got 20 brothers and sisters, so that's why he used to that.
I mean, he's gonna be a free agent next year.
Yeah,
I was just looking at 23.
I like him. He's solid.
Yeah, man.
That was just a question. My fault for throwing it off top of y'all. My fault.
Nah, man. It's just a part, man. So just real quick, while it's on my head, on my mind, for those that want to help me out with the Patreon thing, man, y'all DM me or something, or like somehow get me y'all contact info or whatever it is, so that we can chop it up about what it is that you want to do, and how you can help me help everybody develop this thing for a clearer Knicks content. Because here we're gonna do our thing, bro. This is what it's gonna be. This is our niche. I tried different stuff here, and y'all don't like it. This is what y'all like, right? Y'all like these open panels, conversations with multiple opinions and perspectives all at the same time, which keeps a crisp conversation, and it passes the time by. Like, we can legit rock for like 5 hours, and at the end of it, somebody's like, "Oh man, I just had one more thing to say." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the Patreon thing will be more focused. Like, yo, y'all said Randall is garbage. His film that says the only reason why Randall looked like that is because this is what the other 4 players are doing right here.
You know, 2 nights ago when you got off, like 5 of us was rocking in the
behind the scenes
in StreamYard for about another hour almost, bro.
Yeah. And I couldn't get on. It was the app was messing up on my end, bro.
Yeah,
so it wasn't nothing I can do. That's why I had to peace out through the chat.
Yeah, we was rocking with Mark for like another hour after that.
Yo, hey, who's Mark can talk, bro?
Yeah, and he passionate.
Yeah.
Especially about Randall.
Mark is different.
Yeah, you mentioned Randall to Mark. He can live it.
Yeah, or Porzingis.
I never heard Porzingis. I only hear Randall.
Bro,
Porzingis too. That's crazy.
Don't bring up a
meltdown. Who's about to have a meltdown when Porzingis got traded, bro?
Well, we won that trade. He easily won that trade. He's not even on that team.
Yeah.
Now, so it's.
I mean, if the injury thing wasn't there, though, I wanted to keep him for sure, personally.
Man. But what's the odds of him tearing his ACL right before the All-Star game, dunking on Giannis? What's the odds?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Evergreen G, what's good, bro? Don't tell me you came in here to be quiet.
What's popping, y'all? How's everybody doing?
You mad at me from the other night when you was talking that noise the other night? Well, I'll let you know.
No, I'm not. What are you talking about? Mad at you? We didn't been. Wait, what are you talking about, Freezy?
Yeah, because
are you trying to fabricate a story right now, Freezy?
No, I don't need to fabricate, bro. I could just be quiet and let Kendall Rivera talk.
What are we talking about?
Don't act like you don't remember Whisper Morning, bro. Don't act like you don't remember Whisper Morning, bro.
Whisper Morning, Freezy. You
Yes.
gotta enlighten me, brother. I'm so confused.
You
right
telling
now.
me Whisper Morning never happened?
Nah, I don't. You gotta refresh my memory, bro.
Where's Coach at? Coach, you in the chat? Coach here.
Yeah.
Coach, you remember? Do you remember when Evergreen G was talking about whispering, talking about us being patient and trying to play the long game? And all that? You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And now he here this morning or this afternoon, acting like it ain't never happened.
You talking about when we was at when you was doing Knicks at Night? That's what you talking about?
The Knicks at Night podcast, yeah.
Oh yeah. What would I be mad about you?
Yeah. Uncle Freeze,
Yeah,
trying to make
you went hard.
What would I be mad at you for though?
Because we disagree. Yo, I was like, get the deal done, hurry up.
Nah, bro. Listen. Men can have simple disagreements, bro. We're not gonna get into a verbal arm wrestle over a disagreement.
No. Because it was. First of all, I ain't never heard you whisper before, right?
I see what a joke is. All right. I see where this is going. Hardy, hard, my guy.
Okay, all right. So for those that think I'm making something up, Evergreen G, have you ever came in the panel and didn't try to go hard?
Yeah, I think I come in pretty cool, calm, and collective at times. You know, but it's when you have people that
No, I'm
say
talking about your
really,
points. I'm talking about your points, though, not the tone.
oh yeah, well I guess I think the points are very valid. I try to speak from a logical mindset as opposed to dealing with levels of emotionalism.
Basically, you go hard on your points, and then that on the Knicks Tonight podcast, you was whispering, and it seemed like you were trying to go around a certain thing, like trying to convince others that, man, the logical thing is to be patient and not overpay.
Yeah, but I mean I've always been on that mindset. You know, I've always been. You guys know I've always talked about the fiscal, fiscal and financial responsibility. Like
so why you say just now that I'm trying to make something up?
No, well, because I didn't know what you were talking about at first. I didn't know you had a code word for a particular event that happened a few nights ago. I didn't know that you called it the whisper or whatever.
It's just that I ain't never the other night. Who was here the other night? Greeny, were you here the other night? When Evergreen G was like in a thing, he was like whispering to me. I was like, "Yo, we can't even hear you."
Yeah, no, I was whispering. I was whispering because the whole house was asleep.
So Evergreen, you ever play Texas Hold'em poker? You ever play poker?
Nah, I play dominoes, bro. I play dominoes and spades. Those are yelling. Those are yelling.
Well, all right.
Yes,
Here's a spades analogy then. Well, you trump tight as hell. You got like three. You got two picture cards. The ace. You got like the 8, 9, 10. Like you trying to open with them spades as soon as possible. You holding them mugs. What you doing? Which one?
Me, I'll let you run your joints out, or I'll pass them off. You know what I mean? I make sure I'm passing it off to my partner. That's how I play. You know, everybody got different strategy, but
yeah, but sometimes you got to come out with them spades because you got more than everybody. You just let it rock. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
I mean, that to me that's the situation we're in. Like, we got a pretty good poker hand right now to play with.
We playing poker hand or we playing spades? What are we doing here?
Well, I mean, my analogy was going to be poker, but you see, you didn't play poker, so.
Oh, okay.
Nah, but Evergreen though. Sometimes you be on your fifth school and all that, but then sometimes you'll jump out the window and be like, "Yo, we gonna win a championship. We gonna win a championship next year." I'll be like, "What,
bro?
What,
bro? That's me." Yeah, bro. So y'all be taking that. Y'all be taking the words that I say, and y'all don't say everything that I said, and that's the problem that we have with propaganda and hyper glorification is what I call it. You know, I didn't
Wait,
just
hold
say
on. Let me get my dictionary.
That's not what I said. I said that contingent on one move, and that's what I said last season. I don't like to dwell on last season. Whatever, it was last season. I said we are one move away from a championship. That's what I said. That's what I said.
All right, so with that said, do you think Donovan Mitchell is that one move?
In this given case, no, not right now. No. I don't think that he, given what we got to give up, I don't think that he moves the needle for us. I don't think that he moves the needle for us. Maybe enough to get up to the playoffs, but I wouldn't say anything past the second round.
I take that as the Knicks fan right now. What's up to the shot? What's happening, guys?
What up, Joe?
That moves a needle from not making to the playoffs to at least the second round. So that moves somewhat of a needle, and I'm good with that because that's a step. But as we said, what's the price? Because as we went this before, if we start giving up a boatload of unprotected picks, then we're kind of okay. How we get into that championship stage from a second round playoff exit?
Yeah, that's true.
I would take a second round playoff exit inside the next 2 years. I would take it right now, the way this team is and everything's been.
Yeah,
but I need to know what's the next step.
See, like to me, like the Brunson move alone put us in the play-in mix. Okay, Mitchell, just like Joe said, takes us to that second round, and then if everyone else starts stepping up like we think they're supposed to, the RJ, Randall, and Mitchell thing, because the backcourt we got, we have a chance at the Eastern Conference Finals with Mitch.
If when Julius buys in, and I think he will because it seems he's motivated. So when he buys into that role Freezy was talking about of being more of a scorer and in the Spanish pick and roll, if he buys in and RJ takes a major step, then we're talking maybe championship or Eastern Conference Finals. But if it don't happen, we're kind of like, okay, second round. So what's the next step?
Right.
But the things need to happen. Like Julius needs to buy in, and RJ needs to take that huge step where he's like borderline all-star.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey man, let me say this. Let me add my 2 cents to this.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Knicks staying healthy gets us to the play-in. Just staying healthy gets us to the play-in because our roster overall is not a terrible roster. Especially now that some of the awkward parts are gone, right? So, and this is just my opinion, right? Just me, not even as a Knicks fan. This is me looking at the landscape of the Eastern Conference, right? So, in order to get to the play-in, we have to be better than 5 teams, right? And does a healthy Knicks team look like they're better than 5 teams in the Eastern Conference? Right? I would say yes. Right? Because I think some of the teams that were in that 6, 7, 8 spot may not be in that 6, 7, 8 spot come playoff time. Are there teams in the conference that are poised to make the step to the next level, make the Cleveland Cavaliers jump, the Charlotte Hornets jump? Yes, I think Detroit and Orlando are there. I think Orlando is poised to make a jump. I'm not saying into the playoffs, but what I'm saying is they'll be a better team. I think Detroit may be ready to take that step into the playoffs. But is Indiana better than the Knicks right now? I don't think so.
Nope.
There are
a couple of teams taking a step back.
What are the Wizards going to do? Are the Wizards better than the Knicks right now?
No.
I don't think so.
And Charlotte took a step back too.
Oh yeah, because Bridges.
Yeah, and can you find 2 other teams in the Eastern Conference that the Knicks might be better than? I would say the Knicks are better than Orlando, right? And then so that gives you 1 other team. 1 other team has a bad year. The Knicks are in the play-in without even considering the addition of Jalen Brunson, right? They're in the play-in off that. Then when you add Jalen Brunson, is Jalen Brunson better? Help us be better than the 9th seed or the 8th seed? I say yes, right? And then you add Donovan Mitchell to that. I think that solidifies us as a second-round team, and that's all on before the balls even touch the court. Pause. Yeah. For those that are in the pause culture. You know what I'm saying? But before we even start playing basketball, I think the Knicks are a second-round team. Now, if you take into account what Leon Rose does to the bench, if we get Donovan Mitchell, if we can go get the guys like Coach mentioned, Danny Green, who else did you say, Coach?
Right, Melo.
Tony Snell.
Yeah.
Melo,
Danny Green. You mentioned somebody. You mentioned another wing player. But the Josh Jacksons. Maybe if Pat Bev comes over with Donovan Mitchell.
Jared Vanderbilt. Wing defender, them type of guys, like good role players that can fill in what we're trading out.
Right? And so we know we're solidified at 2 positions. We know we're solidified at center. We don't need to upgrade there because we have a franchise guy in Mitch, who's not really a franchise guy, but geez, you're paying him franchise money, so I gotta call him that, right? And then his backup is pretty good. And then his backup is pretty good.
Yep.
Right. As far as power forward goes, you know Randall will be here, but you don't know if Obi's going to be here. And then at the 3, you know RJ's going to be here, but you don't know if Cam or other players that may play the 3, like Farron Hunt, Quentin Grimes. And I'm talking about minutes. I'm not talking about deep roles. I'm talking about minutes, right? And if Donovan Mitchell comes here, you know Donovan Mitchell is straight. The starters are straight. But you don't know what you're going to get from a 33-year-old Derrick Rose. You just don't. And it's not fair to assume. Let me do this. Hey, Darren Wayne, thank you for the upgrading your YouTube membership, bro. We appreciate that. I've been trying to get to that for a minute, man.
I know Rose needs to be on. If we keep Rose, he's got to be on load management.
I don't want to keep Rose if we got a load manager. No,
yeah. What's the point of having a bench player that you got to put on load management?
Because he's not going to turn into Michael Jordan in the playoffs, man.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, we're not going to need him 30 minutes a game or 25 minutes a game.
Right, so
you're not even going to need him for 5 minutes a game if Quickly still here, because you get Brunson, Mitchell, Quickly. That's enough of point guard minutes or ball handling.
And Pat Bev, and if you get
Pat Bev, and who's a defensive guard.
I was assuming we're losing IQ
But even if you could trade Rose for another wing player.
Right.
Yeah.
And my suggestion is if you go for a wing player, bro, go all out. Like, because I can get Ben McLemore off the scrap heap. I can get Josh Jackson off the scrap heap right now. That's the reason why I'm against the Donovan Mitchell holding on till the very last minute, because the longer you hold on, the less time you have to fill out your roster with quality NBA players, because you don't know who's going to stay and who's going to go. And by the time the music stops in this game of musical chairs, sure, you'll have Donovan Mitchell at a cheaper price, but what does your bench look like now?
That August 31st, I think, is the date where Pat Bev, some of the guys that have been moved in other trades are all eligible. So there's a lot of guys that still can be put in, even if it's not just from Utah, like if it's Pat Bev or Vanderbilt or any of the guys. But in a 3-team, it opens up for other teams to move pieces as well. So August 31st is a big day.
I ain't got to think about what we bring back, because we could bring back like a guy like Rudy Gay or something with Donovan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can bring back like Vanderbilt or Pat Bev, but they can't be moved till August 31st. So that could be a holdup, and that opens up a lot of other players that were moved in other deals as well.
Why would you bring back Rudy Gay when you could just sign Melo outright?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Rudy Gay's got a player option too.
Yeah, but they probably doing that to sweeten the deal. Like as far as like, let me get him off your books. Something like that, so we don't have to give up so much.
See, I'm fine with if Rose is gone and all that stuff. I'm fine with that. If they plan on rotating RJ in at the 2, then you know what I'm saying. Like use him as that third guard.
Yeah, that's true. But honestly, realistically, I think that RJ is going to take that next step. I'm really thinking 23, 6, and 4 next year. That's what I'm looking at.
Dude, I have a feeling I'm all about that with RJ, bro. I believe in him.
Well, let's expound on that. What gets RJ there?
Free throws and efficiency, because he's at 20. He's at 20 right now, when he has nasty efficiency. So
very poor efficiency, right?
So imagine if his efficiency go up and his free throws go up, he can easily average 24, 25.
You mean, so you're saying imagine he has a point guard or a backcourt that can get him 2 or 3 easy shots a game,
and possibly 2 guys that can do that.
Yeah.
So y'all saying the lineup is who? Brunson, Mitchell, RJ, Randall, and then Mitchell again? Robinson?
Yeah.
If that's a lineup, there's no way us get as many shots as he's been taking.
But he don't need
as many if he's efficient.
And RJ only really takes 16. He only take like 15 to 16 shots, so he still get around there.
And then plus two, don't be conditioned to 86.4 shots a game. We shot that amount of shots because we had poor point guard play. We didn't push the pace. We didn't get easy shots in transition. We had at one point the 28th rated pace, I think, and then it might be 30. I don't know. I can't remember. All I know is it was a snail's pace. But if you get that number closer to 92, that's 6 more shots a game that'll go to the starters, in my opinion. You won't give those shots to your bench. Why? What do bench players need with more shots? Bench play, give those shots to the best players. Right? If anything, I'm giving them shots to Donovan Mitchell. He take 20 shots a game. He averaged 26 points a game. If he come here, I'm going to give him 21, 22 shots a game. Exactly. If we pick up the pace.
Because with this lineup, they can't double. They can't get. They don't get the attention anymore. Randall and RJ both.
And then plus in transition, picking up the pace, you talking about adding one of the fastest, most athletic players in the league. So those additional shots are coming from him generating those in transition, right? Like Randall gets the rebound, outlets to Spider. Spider turns on the gas, goes to the rim and dunks. Right?
Well, we need that old school Showtime.
And you got that shot in 4 seconds.
Yeah. And then see, because casual Knicks fans are saying, well, that's what Obi brings us, right? Obi, but it's two things. First of all, Obi and your best player play the same position, right? And then you gotta depend on somebody getting. If your big man is leaking out, that means a guard has to rebound. Oh man, Miss Mocha bought me popcorn. Hold on, y'all.
And another thing is for me,
like with Julius losing weight too. Like he shredded down a lot of weight and trying to get in shape, and you see these like videos and pictures of him with like the breathing stuff. So that to me is showing that he might be trying to pick up his pace and his game. So that might be the whole team. Like bringing Donovan Mitchell in means everybody's pace is the whole game's gonna move faster.
Exactly. And another thing for me with RJ is people say, "Oh well, he's clunky and it's hard for him to get a shot." Blah 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 blah. But it's hard to get a shot when you getting double teamed, when you going against 2 or 3 players trying to get to the paint. Of course, it's gonna look clunky and nasty. But imagine him going 1-on-1 every time.
Yo, hold on. Hold on a split second. Let me bring my guy in. Hold on.
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting. That's right. On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. What? You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting. Right. Share my dreams with you, me and I'm podcasting. What? You can see my vision through the podcast. Yeah. But don't forget J Boogie when I'm broadcasting. What? I'm podcasting, he's podcasting. What? I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sales was sharing nothing but the Knicks.
Yo, what's up, boss?
What's going on, man? How y'all
somebody got some
boogie woogie.
What's happening? Blessings, health, and safety, everybody. Okay, they're gonna Sarge. I see about there. Okay, seatbelt on, sir. Seatbelt, sir. Need you safe. Okay. Shout out to the chat, man. All the great people it is in the world, man. All the all our women that be supporting and everything, doing what they doing. Salute to them too. Y'all some amazing queens, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with the people, man? On this, I hope it's beautiful wherever y'all at.
Yeah, man. Great, man. Yo, I got some feedback from somebody. I can't figure out who it is.
Oh man, I hope it ain't me.
Can y'all hear it?
Well, I just muted myself, and then I heard it still.
Yeah, I think it was Boogie.
Okay.
Yeah, it is Boogie, I think.
Hold on, let me make sure it ain't me. Hold on.
You ain't echoing now.
Nah, you good. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Boogie.
It might be me with these crickets and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
This wilderness, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right after you talk, it starts.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me mute.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, now you on mute.
Now
you got to get them cans on, bro, like you in the studio.
I'm muted.
Now you're good.
No, you're good now.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to piggyback off of what Joe said about Randall losing weight and slimming down. He did lose a lot of weight, You know what's wild though? I think that's taking him away from his strength. We seen his versatility 2 years ago when he became the number one offensive threat on the Knicks.
He was in great shape then too, though.
I always thought that Randall's his bread and butter was that he was a horse down low and he was a jumper and a grinder down low. Yeah, we seen the offensive versatility 2 years ago, but I think with him losing even more weight, I think he's going to start relying a little bit more on this
jumper
16 to 18 feet ISO game. Like he got dribble game to drive past people and do all of that. Bro, that's never been who you've been. You just discovered this in your game 2 years ago.
But see, that's the thing is that they must have got him to put on weight or last season, because the thing is, it's like if his game was built on going to the basket, he don't want to do it. So you know what? If you're refusing to do it and you're over your weight, you're big, slim down the weight then, because he doesn't want to go to the basket.
I mean, compared to the average four, even at his most slim, he's still physically more dominant than the average four. He can still bully the average four. The problem with Julius is, after he gets by his own man, he doesn't have that explosiveness to get by the help defender, the help center. So then he puts up kind of awkward shots after that. But if we're having
but wait, Dre, is that Randall's fault?
No. That is not.
Is that an offensive flexibility issue?
That is a offensive flexibility issue, a lack of a true playmaker, and honestly, more threats on offense. Because if you're leaving the help off of Julius, you're gonna get clubbed over the head by Donovan Mitchell off the closeout, him driving, or off the closeout with RJ, or even off the closeout with Brunson, because these guys can create off the dribble. So it's a bit more nuanced than just saying it's Julius's fault. I think it's a little bit like clunky spacing and less talent.
Yeah, well, see, I've said this before though. Like his lack of going to the basket as much this past year, had to do with the opposing teams, the way they defended him, more than him not willing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't there as much because they knew when the ball got down to him, you know, you got the guy helping off ball, keeping them from going to the paint and forcing them to make them crazy ass outside shots again, like he did the year before.
A lot of teams are funneling him into the big man, a lot like what Atlanta did, basically, when we didn't have the as much talent, as much perimeter talent. So teams would just funnel Julius right into the big man, or they would zone in help off the weak side to stop Julius to go from where he wants to go.
And we can't knock the guy because he's the size of a power forward and he's got 3 skills though. He's got the skills of a 3. You know what I'm saying? So
okay. So what you do is you get him on the block. I don't need to see you 6 to 8, 16 to 18 feet away from the basket trying to make a move to get to the basket.
Right.
I need
now
get on the block, be a horse. Atlanta was able to guard him with DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter is paper bag thin. And Julius continuously trying to take him off the dribble.
Because he had Capella help.
Nigga down to the block, put your ass in his gut, and get the and one.
But the thing is, the reason why he couldn't completely just obliterate DeAndre is because he had help from Capella virtually the whole series. The whole time, if Julius would beat his man, Capella would be right there, zoned off, waiting for him.
So where was Mitchell Robinson?
In the dunker spot, but we never had.
So what you
had
doing?
consistent playmaking where we would hit the dump ball.
Injured, guys. What are we talking
Mitchell
about?
Robinson,
was injured.
Noel.
Not really an offensive threat.
So what you do in that case?
You're supposed to hit the dump down or the lob.
Okay.
And we
That's
never
what
really
you would
did
expect a playmaker to do.
Big dog, you know Nerlens Noel can't kick. Come on, man. You asked me Nerlens Noel catch a basketball, man.
Nerlens Noel can't catch an alley-oop.
Yeah, Taj can't catch no alley-oop.
Nerlens Noel can't catch an alley-oop, bro.
No.
Really?
I'm telling. Me and Jay Boogie was at the game. They kicked it to him in the corner. He was wide open. The ball went between his legs. All he could do was laugh. His hands is terrible.
No, I mean
five thumbs.
Not catch a bounce pass, catch an alley-oop.
Bro, where's Rob the Knick at? I need Rob.
Freeze. I wanted to ask you a question based on a clip, but we don't have to do this right now. I'm just gonna post it in a private chat, but whenever you can get to it, you can get to it. It's kind of funny how Ainge is moving and using reporters to do his bidding at this point to create like fake leverage,
false narrative that there's other action going on.
And Miami Heat are doing it too with the Nets. So it's kind of funny.
So why wouldn't Leon Rose do it then?
That's what I'm asking. Why don't you just say, I have these picks? We could toss it at another star. Well, whatever may be available, or it doesn't necessarily even have to be available.
Leon don't talk to the media.
I mean, yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying the other day. Remember when
he talked to Woj, I guess, and maybe Peggy. That's about it. He don't talk to the rest of them.
I mean, but Woj is still enough to just. That's enough to permeate some idea, or like on the media standpoint, like it's enough to do that with Woj.
I mean, here's the thing for me: does anyone honestly think that any other GMs or fans of Utah or the New York honestly think Danny Ainge is really considering wanting to keep him at this point?
No. Well, I think I heard a Utah fan basically on a podcast was saying Utah fans are kind of getting a little bit annoyed with Danny because they believe that this deal now isn't about the Utah Jazz. This is about Danny Ainge and Danny Ainge's ego and how he looks. That this isn't about them trying to compete. That they should be looking at a win now or a win now player. But Danny wants the picks because the picks look more flashy when it comes to the resume.
Yeah,
and that they want an RJ Barrett and they want a Tyler Hero and some of these players, and they want a young player, but Danny's just too stubborn and wants the picks.
And at this point, like he's got to me, it doesn't help him to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. At this point, he needs to be just all in, blow it up mode, because at least that's going to buy him a couple of years to develop, and make these draft picks and see what he can do with the picks. If he keeps Mitchell and then brings on a halfway decent guy, that they're in the same boat as they were last year.
Well,
a second round out.
I can tell you why Leon Rose don't use the media.
To me. Like, you build around a player like Mitchell. That's why I think he might have asked out.
Right, I know. That's just what's weird to me too. But
so
that's
it's
why
an ego thing. It's like, instead of keeping him and happy with the picks, it's like, oh, do you know what? Let me trade him and let me get more picks because it looks better on my resume. Look what I got for him.
Well,
it doesn't make sense.
I don't know, but Leon Rose not using the media is hilarious to me. I think he thinks he's the man in black. I think he thinks he's that kind of agent.
I've been following it on the Monty show. That's a Utah channel. I'm quite sure somebody else might have been.
Yeah, I've been watching them too.
And one of the things that they brought up this morning was that Danny Ainge is using the Knicks to build stock for Donovan. He's using us, and the thing is, Leon is not budging. He said, Leon, the word is Leon is not giving up the 6 picks. And another scenario was 6 picks along with as far as matching the contracts. But I think he said Leon was at something like 4 picks, but he's not willing to give up. I want to say it was
all 3 kids.
Yeah, I want to say it was Obi and Quickly, or Grimes and Quickly, something of that matter, something like that. So it's just a tug of war, bidding war going on. And if you're looking to get all these picks and you're trying to use us to build up Donovan's stock, you're not going to do that because nobody else has what we can do. So, I guess, Leon is, playing like my man was saying earlier before I got on, Texas Hold'em. You know what I'm saying? He planned on holding, you know what I'm saying, before he revealed his cards, you know what I'm saying, on the last flop. But I guess we still gonna have to wait and see and continue on being patient about what's going on, and continue on doing what we doing, find things that we come up as great content players as we are, and continue on doing what we doing every day until we get something new to speak upon, man. But yeah, I've been listening to that guy for like the last 4 days.
Yeah. Danny Ainge is bluffing, bro.
Yeah.
To me, he's waiting for us to fold or go all in or whatever.
Yeah, basically trying to threaten teams to make a deal to get the ass.
Hold on, we got an echo coming in from somewhere, man.
I know. Let me go.
I think if Boog wears headphones, it'll be fine. If he has any. What were you saying, Coach? You were saying something.
No, I was saying like it comes down to like to me, I'm okay with 3 unprotected and however many protected, whatever the deal is. And as far as the kids go, 2 out of the 3, whatever it is, we'll have to make up for it in other signings. That's where I'm at this point. I just want to get this thing over with, bro.
But my thing is this: why can't he take 3 or 4 first-round draft picks and take some seconds? Why you can't take some seconds? Like if you want 4 seconds and 4 first, I would be more fine with that.
Because Gobert set the precedent where he doesn't want second, he just wants first.
All right, so if you want first-round picks, why you gotta take all the young players as well? Like you being mad greedy. Like somebody, like if he was,
well, he's got to try to see if we're that desperate to do it.
I know, but
the Knicks might be dumb enough to do it.
He can't negotiate with me.
He's trying to scorch the earth so it gets to the point where Donovan may not win immediately here, and then he might ask out, and then the picks in 2029 when they convey, they might be high lottery picks, and that's what he wants. He wants it to be where the Knicks are broken down to the point where they can't build as well as you want to around Donovan, and then Donovan might think, okay, maybe it's not going to work here, and then the Knicks have to go into straight rebuild mode, and then we have to get high picks. He's trying to completely complat. Like he's trying to.
He gonna wind up spiting himself by doing all this. He gonna wind up spiting himself.
He's waiting on Dolan to bite. He's waiting on Dolan to keep looking at the fan base, or he'll even wait till the Knicks say start off 3-10 slow when the fan base gets naggy and Dolan's like, all right, we're doing this trade, and they give up everything. That's what he's banking on. But to me, it's risky with him. It's risky with him because you're gonna lose. Donovan might ask out if they're like a 500 team. Donovan might be like, I'm asking out, and then there's the trade value down.
Their team is worse than the 500 team right now.
This trade, and they give up everything. I think what they have Clarkson and like Donovan, so I think they can be 500.
Someone's got their speaker on, bro.
It's Christian Cortez.
Yeah, I got you. I fixed it. That's my bad.
All right. Yeah, but like,
I just want to say this real quick. Danny Ainge has no interest.
You're a little low.
Your mic is mad low, Evergreen.
Evergreen can hardly hear you, bro.
You whispering again. Now literally. Now
All right. Danny Ainge has no interest in trying to destroy the New York Knicks infrastructure because he's a West Coast GM. He's a West Coast GM. Like he's trying to get what he needs to get for him. Right? For him. That's it. It's not about some magical plot to destroy shit. Right? It's none of that. Right? It's none of that. He's just trying to get what he's trying to get. The same way he fleeced Brooklyn some years before is not applicable here. When he was in Boston, it's not applicable here. All right, he's just trying to get the max that he can possibly push. Now the problem with this is again, Danny Ainge, he exposed his hand by trading Rudy Gobert first.
Yep.
Right. If he wouldn't have traded Rudy Gobert first, and he traded Donovan Mitchell first, or tried to trade Donovan Mitchell, no one would have known that he was in complete rebuild mode. So he showed his hand and he screwed himself up. You got to understand that this trade idea is a reciprocal thing. It's not a matter of one team or one team's fault that a deal didn't go down. The deal is outrageous on any asset, on any factor. Even if we did have the assets just to give them and deplete our team, it's outrageous. We know that. So we can't sit here and act like his intention is to be outrageous to destroy us. He has no interest in the matter to destroy us because he's all the way over there. If he decides to wait and not trade us, he even hurts himself, or not trade Donovan Mitchell to us. By the time summer camp comes, he's destroyed the market, period. He destroyed the market, let alone, nobody's been traded since Rudy Gobert. Nobody. So he's destroyed the market. If the trade
Partially that's
doesn't
because of
come,
KD too. Because
if
of
the
KD.
trade doesn't come, and we have to wait until February, right? Or we have to wait until until December is when the trade deadline opens up. Is it
15th,
December?
somewhere. I think it's the second week of December. When
guys
get signed.
What's
That's
crazy
when
is he set the bar so damn high with Gobert. There ain't nobody in the league that's got enough to trade for Durant. If you going by that, precedent, we're the only one technically.
That's what I'm saying. This is a reciprocal thing. So yeah, there's an idea for a market as to what assets should be traded.
And your mic needs to be turned up, Evergreen. By the way, you're really low.
These teams are interested in, right? Maybe KD hasn't been traded because Brooklyn actually really don't want to let him go, right? So we can't compare 4 different teams to what's going on between the Jazz and the Knicks. It's just it doesn't make sense logically. So the bottom line is Danny Ainge is just being an idiot, and there's nothing more to it. Danny Ainge is being an idiot. He should have moved way before, and he zigged when he should have zagged. And now he's feeling the pressure of it because we got all the cards in our hand, and in reality, we don't need him. We don't need Donovan Mitchell. We're icing the cake with getting Donovan Mitchell, but we're not going to deplete our team to do it. It makes no sense to do it.
Can I ask why we
It makes no
don't
sense to
need
give up
Donovan
all of our
Mitchell?
young assets, the young players that we've developed over the last 2 or 3 years, to get this guy, when we can just keep the course that Leon Rose has been talking about for the last few years. Keep the course.
But what if part of his course was making this deal though, and developing 1 or 2 guys for this reason? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know that.
Yeah, so that's why he's limited in what he wants to give up.
That's why he got all them picks.
This is how we do know this. When did Danny Ainge get to Utah?
This year, like just now, like yesterday.
So if Leon Rose built up assets to get Donovan Mitchell.
Well, not necessarily Mitchell. It might be just a superstar in general.
No, I'm saying that's the idea sounds good, but Leon Rose wasn't anticipating that the Green Goblin was.
No, I know that, but he was anticipating someone was going to need draft picks because we can't keep all the young guys we have and draft all the draft picks we got and keep them all.
Got you, but
you know what I'm saying? So he
that his intent. Do we really think his intent was 6 draft picks to 1 team for 1 player?
No,
3 players.
That's why he drew a
That's
line
what I'm
in the
saying.
sand.
So the
That's why
idea
this deal ain't
sounds
been done
good.
yet.
That's why there ain't no deal yet.
Well, the deal because it's outrageous.
No,
that's why.
I said that's why there isn't a deal yet. I didn't say that's why.
Oh yeah. It's outrageous. So again, we've stayed the course and recognized that it's not necessary to to really move on this and deplete our team. It's not necessary. So what I say is, screw Donovan Mitchell, not screw him the player, screw him the person, but screw you, Danny Ainge.
The deal, yeah.
Because you made a stupid trade with of all teams, the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? Being greedy You made a trade with a bunch of idiots, and now you look like an idiot trying to capitalize again. And it's not going to help because the only team that has the assets close to comparable to what you want is the team that's the only team available to trade, the New York Knicks. So you showed your hand like an idiot, and now you're stuck with a player. So now what's getting ready to happen is Danny Ainge is not going to trade Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is going to be pissed off that he's playing for a team with a GM that didn't want him, and he's not going to put out the same output.
And is in rebuild mode, and he's got to wait another 2-3 years before his team catches up to him.
You know, Evergreen, we had people on the other night here, and there was one or two of them. Your man Spully was like, "Yeah, trade everything, get the deal done." They wanted the deal done now at all costs.
No, I want it done, but not at all costs. But at this point,
Spully preaching at Mark, but no, all costs. We have to get the deal done. And that's like, no, because it's going to go down. Right now, we have the highest bid, and no one comes close. And as Danny Ainge waits and Donovan Mitchell gets narky, the price is going to go down once he requests that trade and Utah have a bad start. Like, because the thing is that they're not going to be bad enough to lose. Like, with Donovan Mitchell, they're not going to be bad enough to lose games and tank, but they're not going to be good enough to win. They're going to be stuck in purgatory.
I'll be trying to mute in order to not interrupt again. But, Dude, thank you for the generous contribution. Dude says, what's good, y'all? Did y'all hear Spike is working on a series based on 90s Knicks? Blood on the garden floor. Yeah, I heard about that, man.
I'm all in on that one.
Yeah, man.
That's my prime Knicks.
Eventually, for my Patreon people, eventually I want to do a documentary style thing too. Also. And not just about and yo, if y'all don't steal my idea and be like, yo, this is original. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is what I want to do is I'm gonna get a few of y'all Patreon contributors together so that we can do the rise of the monster, and this monster that is Knicks fans' social media. I'm gonna do a rise of that, and then like interview, you know what I'm saying, Knicks content creators over the years and have them do their part, like how Ice-T did the hip hop documentary. Anybody see the Ice-T hip hop documentary?
Yeah.
I want to do it in that style where you just interview about 20 or 30 Knicks content creators and do junk about. But in order for us to do that, we got to get the Patreon up and running. We get that up and running, we'll have the ability to give us funds and stuff. Maybe put, breathe a little palms, upgrade some equipment. Maybe travel somewhere where people can be face to face with each other in order to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I love Hector, but Hector lived in a high rise in Manhattan, bro. I can't just walk up there in my old raggedy ass car and not double park. You know what I'm saying? They'll tow my
in Dykeman. I live at the end of Manhattan, the place that they don't like. I live in Dykeman.
No. Home of the machetes.
Yeah, facts, absolutely. Hey, Freezy, bro, I just wanted to come by real quick. Salute to the panel. Evergreen, salute my guy. Salute. Joe Madden, haven't seen you in a minute. Everybody salutes. Freezy, I want to rub it in your face. I'm headed to a Tuzio event tonight to cover Tiki Barber and Mike Piazza. So I'll be interviewing Mike Piazza tonight, baby. So I just wanted to come and rub that in your face.
My middle fingers both popped out at the same time by themselves.
Don't worry, I'll send you a picture.
You ever saw like a switchblade? You know how a switchblade pop out? That's how my two middle fingers popped out. And I don't want to put it on screen to offend nobody. I'm trying to put them back in.
We got to respect TOS services. We got to respect it.
Yeah.
Yo, Freezy, real quick. Salute. I just want to jump in here real quick because I got to go somewhere. But real quick, 2 days ago, I just used this information, but Donovan Mitchell was dining at my girl's restaurant. Well, she manages at a restaurant in the city. So 2 days ago, he's still here. So we'll see what happens.
Nice.
Yeah, he was at the game last night.
Come on,
and she knows just a little bit enough because I talk about the Knicks all day long that she recognized him, and he gave her a nice tip. So she's like, "All right, yeah, it's got to be him." She looked him up, and she's like,
"Yep." What kind of beat reporter are you, bro?
Mm-hmm.
You supposed to harass him at the table like,
that's 2 days ago.
Real quick before your steak get cold. Real quick before your steak get cold. I gotta ask you these real quick 19 questions.
Well, I texted her. I said, don't flirt with her unless you tell him to come to the Knicks. That's it. That's the only time you're allowed to flirt. So,
Yeah.
My man.
but yeah, I just want to let y'all know.
Yeah,
you see something, you say something. You know.
It's funny how big
Or you
and
get something.
small New York is at the same time.
At the same time. Bro.
Yep.
At the same time. Yo, we appreciate that, bro. Yo, that's
Yeah, no doubt,
hilarious
brother.
and serious at the same time, bro. Because we serious
Bro,
about these
I've been
things,
talking
bro.
about it for real. She hits me all the time about these fucking on these channels all the time talking shit. And she's like, yo,
Yeah,
this
all
guy
we do
fucking
is
walks
talk
into
to
my
me.
restaurant. Yeah, I was like, fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, like, where I am, I don't get to see like Knicks or potential Knicks all the time. I see other dudes like Muggsy Bogues. I get to see cats like Dominique Wilkins, Kendall Gills, and they're like, "Yo, you a basketball fan?" Yeah, I'm alright.
Johnny Newman.
Yeah. I get to see.
Johnny Newman was on the Hornets back in the day too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
Ray
I don't
Felt
know.
live out there? Ray Felt? Does he live out there?
Maybe.
Who?
Raymond Felton.
Raymond Felton.
Yeah, he lived right close by me, bro.
Yeah.
He lived
Yo,
close by me.
I don't know if you guys watch boxing.
That's your partners for the pickup games, right? In the YMCA, right, Freezy?
I can't get him to play.
Yo, Freezy, real quick, one more thing. I don't know if you guys watch boxing, but throw some love towards my cousin Teofimo Lopez Jr. So that's my boy.
Nice. That's your cousin?
Yeah. Well, he's by family, but I used to watch him and shit. Like, and I'm close with his
Okay,
sisters
that's
and
what's
shit,
up.
so.
That's no, I'm a big fan
But,
of
yeah,
his.
yeah,
Listen,
that's
third, fourth cousins is still family, bro.
Especially Hispanic, bro. Hispanic. That's how
As a fact, I got some 7th cousin out there that swears he's my best friend.
Yeah.
Hey, look, as long as you're successful, I could claim you, man. That's how
That's
it is.
I watched
Coming out the woodworks.
Yeah,
That is
shout out to
the
Lopez.
blood mean we just related, not that we family.
I didn't claim it like blood, but you know what I'm saying. I watched him as a kid. That's all I'm saying. I watched his little ass. I threw his ass around.
Yeah.
Now I could beat my ass.
Hey, yo, I got a story real quick. I watched. I was at a place called Fort Huachuca, Arizona, and I watched this 14-year-old kid destroying the heavy bag. He was hitting it so hard and so fast that they were like taping it. They're like, "Hold on, kid, go to that bag over there," and they'll take 3 rolls of electrical tape and tape the bag up, and then bring him back to that bag, and he'll bust it open. And that dude is Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh yeah, that guy was a beast, bro. That boy was a beast.
I was like, because I thought I was good, right? But then
now he's a beast for that cocaine.
Yep, putting on 2
Hey, listen,
Stop aging yourself.
all the
Freezy.
other shit aside, he was a nice boxer, bro. Leave that man alone with his boxing career. He would have beat Mayweather if he was in his prime.
No, he was a beast.
Oh yeah. Mayweather avoided all big fights when he was.
Nah,
let's not go down. Let's not go down this rabbit hole. Let's not go down this rabbit hole.
Don't do that.
Let's not go down this rabbit hole.
Mayweather slander.
That's one of the reasons why I got off of boxing. I watch UFC.
And he didn't do that. Nah, he didn't claim a fight when it was in its prime. He never claimed a fight when it was in its prime. Dude, he could have fought Pacquiao earlier. He didn't fight Pacquiao earlier. Why didn't he want to fight Pacquiao? He knows Pacquiao's going to go 12 rounds.
Yeah, wasn't he on steroids? Was he on the roids?
He was making money moves. I get it.
Yeah. Hey, but let me get to this first. I want to say to
the horse steroids and Pacquiao system.
Last night's game was a fluke, bro.
What happened?
Last night's Mets win over the Yankees was a fluke.
Listen, it was charity last night, Freezy. Listen, it was charity.
Oh, here we go with the pinstripes on the wall.
The Braves won, so we felt bad for you. We don't want you to lose your division. We got a nice lead in our division. We're looking out for you. I'm sorry, coach.
So what about tonight? What if they win tonight?
Oh no, tonight we losing. We got Domingo Herman, the German Sunday on the mound. We losing tonight. I'm not gonna fight
this
against
guy
that.
beats his woman. I don't know why we still got this
going crazy.
Listen.
Yeah, we should have got rid of him.
The Mets, when they play the Yankees, that's their World Series all over again. We look at y'all like y'all the little brothers, man. We let y'all get it off.
Nah, don't do that.
But
Because
the
when the
Mets,
Mets, when the
every time they
Mets
play the
win,
Yankees, that's
don't do
their
that.
World Series
Nah,
all over again.
when the Mets
They
win, the
think
city
about
is
Gary
better. The
Carter.
city is
They
better.
Nah,
When the
think
Mets is
about
winning.
Mike Piazza.
One thing I can say is that
Oh yeah, for sure.
when both the Mets and the Yankees are competitive in the city at the same time, it just makes for great
Baseball's
baseball
back.
all around.
Yeah.
It just makes for great baseball. You know, the golden era of baseball in New York City was when they had the Yankees, the Giants, and the Dodgers. So when the Yankees and the Mets are both good, and I'm happy that the Mets got new ownership. They got rid of the Wilpons who were penny pinching in New York City. I'm so happy that the Mets got good ownership. And I could be a Yankee fan that says when both the Yankees and Mets are good, it makes better for all around for all of us.
Facts. That's facts.
These ain't the
Let's hope
same
football
Mets.
season's the same way.
But David Wright still sucks. Just know that.
Nah, no, you don't. Don't do that.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm joking.
That's sad. Chill. You gotta relax.
Nah, I like Captain America. Leave Captain America alone, bro.
The Mets hex is real though. That injury hex, bro.
Yeah, I still have nightmares.
That's real, bro.
2006
It
Mets.
is.
I still have nightmares.
Every time we get someone that's kind of nice, bro, to get hurt, bro.
Hey, Kendall, you want to know something?
Shout out to
insight
Cespedes, man.
about the 06 Mets, right? I was working at a restaurant in Dykeman. The 06 Mets, when they had that big lead and they lost it to the Marlins at the end of the year.
Oh my
It was
God.
because of Jose Reyes was partying like crazy. They had to drag Jose Reyes, carry him outside of a club in Dykeman because he was so wasted. And you seen what happened during that series, how bad he played.
Yeah, because
that's why
we
you
had
couldn't
it
do the
all.
interview.
We had it all
That's
to
why.
win.
That was
We had it all.
the 07 series. That was after 06.
07. Yeah, 07. My fault.
There must have been the ghost from the '86 Mets doing them dirty over there. Or something.
The party bus.
Taking control of them.
That was the party bus.
The Mets are notorious for coke in the '80s, so you know maybe they carried over. They found a little couple baggies.
Hey, listen, in the 80s, everybody in baseball was taking some type of amphetamines to keep himself awake. Some type of cocktail.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
It helped baseball, bro. It helped baseball.
Yeah, drug testing was non-existent back then. You want horse steroids in your system? Shoot yourself up.
Word. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa definitely be shooting that up, bro.
Yeah, well, they made him a lot of money. They should thank him.
Bro, Mark McGwire's neck was like
just
ridiculous.
Kendall Wright.
It wasn't just batters, bro. It was pitchers as well.
Yeah, the pitchers were doing
it because what it is you can't have a surgery as a batter to get quick twitch muscle, right? You have to groove a swing, but a pitcher can get Tommy John at 16, right, and go from throwing 78 to 90, right? And then with maturity, you go from, let's say, 90 to 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't get your swing faster through surgery, right? You got to get your swing faster through repetition and what do you call it when your body learns something?
HGH.
Muscle memory. Muscle memory.
Yeah. No, but one thing I can say is like Kendall said, right? They made so much money during that steroids era, and one thing I'm gonna say is that I don't care what anybody says. Barry Bonds need to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what anybody. As a Yankee fan, I can say Barry Bonds was the best player ever to play this game.
Before his
Look at his
steroids,
stats
he was
before
ridiculous.
he went to 8 Silver Sluggers, a 2 MVP, Gold Glove every year.
He was on Griffey level. He was on Griffey level. Just about.
And as much as we want to respect, Babe Ruth and what he did, Babe Ruth was hitting home runs in the Depression era when nobody was throwing sliders or knuckle curves. It's a different type of baseball back then.
And they were playing no brothers either.
Exactly.
Competition wasn't the best league.
Half the Negro League was better, and the Latinos weren't playing.
No, Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
They ain't had no melanin in the league. That's the problem. They had no melanin.
Exactly. They had a lot of potato salad with raisins, no flavor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you remember back then the curveball was a trick pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know people wouldn't throw a curveball. They depended more on what people don't know about now. It's called a screwball.
Mm-hmm.
Where a screwball, you start it out one and it breaks back into the batter.
Throw it like a wiffle ball. Throw it like a wiffle ball, boy.
Yeah. It's what it, and also too back then a lot of people don't put into this. You know what a ground rule double is, right? We all know nowadays you hit a ground rule double, it's just 2 bases. Back then a ground rule double was a home run.
Yep.
So they counted that as a home run.
Some parks didn't even have fences, bro.
Yeah, and them rotations, they had that 3 or 4 starting pitcher rotation. Them dudes pitched the whole damn game most of the time.
Bro, they were working and then going to play baseball. Like these guys, this nonsense that JJ Redick was talking about, like these guys were facing plumbers and electricians. Bro, plumbers and electricians probably are good ass ballers that didn't make the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I'm sorry. JJ Redick was kind of right. They was
to a point. I agree.
To a point.
To a point. But they were plumbers.
He's nobody to
they
talk.
were plumbers.
He's nobody to talk.
They were plumbers and carpenters because the NBA weren't paying players, so people had to survive. So in the off season, they're doing whatever they can to survive to pay them bills.
Now I get it. I put it like this. So look at Russell Westbrook like this season, right? 18, 8 and 8, like 40% shooting. I seen that like Bob Cousy or somebody was shooting and playing, had the same similar stats, but he get heralded as like one of the all-time greats, right? But we'll call Russell Westbrook one of the worst point guards ever because of the numbers this year. But
he set the bar so high for himself.
Okay, but I got something. Can I just say one thing? These guys didn't have, first of all, like the health, like the medical care that they used to have back then, right? They didn't have the training like they used to. They used to go to work and then come play basketball and have these numbers. So for whatever you guys want to talk about, yeah, athletes are definitely way better now. Is only because life has gone on and fucking medicine has improved. Training, right? But you can't take it away from the young, for the old guys.
I want to say something.
No, that's good.
I feel like
hold on, AJ, hold on. Hey, CC, just easy on the cussing a little bit, bro.
Oh, sorry about that, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Freezy, I just gotta dip off. I just wanted to say
when you gonna invite me back? When you gonna invite me?
You got an open invitation. Jay Boogie. What's up, Jay Boogie? I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well.
Man, all is well. Blessings to you, man. Keep doing your thing, man. God blesses to you and your family, man. I'm good, man.
I need you to send me another. I need you to send me a jersey. You got the vintage Knicks jersey. I need your extra one, please.
My extra one. You gotta come from that time. Listen, I was watching Power Rangers back then. Yeah, but my time gets Bernard. Your time gets Julius. Yeah, it's different times.
Yeah, buddy.
How's it going? Yo, lady, y'all. Love everybody. Peace, everybody.
The young ever need a voice.
CC, I wanted to say a lot of the animosity from that JJ Redick thing is because, like in every other sport, there's an evolution. There's clearly dudes that get better, whether from science side or improvement from skill side. But in the NBA, it seems like the older guys hated on the younger players way more. And it's like a reverberation of hate where they come back and forth. Like I saw a clip where Charles Oakley said Giannis Antetokounmpo would be a role player in the 90s. And I'm just like,
I mean, I think they over-exaggerate them points.
No, that's wild. But I feel like they both, like you said, they both have hate towards, like, these guys are making more money, and some of them probably feel like they were more talented, you know? And they should be making that money.
I don't see this
today are way more
from NFL players. I don't see this animosity from MLB.
Well, animosity. I mean, today's players are way more talented overall, but they're softer though. That's for sure.
For sure, yeah. Mentality-wise, they're softer. This is what I'm trying to say.
But you got to take into account how much money they're making. Their assets. If any little thing that goes wrong, they're making so much money. You cannot.
I understand. Then if they making that much more money, then they should go that much harder. Then because they got more to fall back on.
But what's considered soft? Like, because I don't want to get punched in the face midair.
Can we make a distinction?
So just the way they call the game on the ref standpoint, the ticky-tack foul calls, okay, the flopping, these guys with the
Twitter.
The whole load management crap. Now, I'm not saying to play hurt. I'm not saying pour some dirt on. I'm not that kind of old school guy. I'm a coach, so I expect there's a difference between injured and hurt.
But you know how many all-time greats had their careers shortened by not taking it serious in older years? Like,
but why is it that these guys back in the day could play so many games and without the
look at Patrick Ewing. Up until that Achilles injury, homeboy played at least 80 games every year for like 10 years.
But why?
And that's a big ass physical center too.
But how can you ask like how come those guys can play longer and stuff from this time era? But why does chicken taste different from 40 years ago to now? It's just
chicken tastes better back then. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. But like, it's just evolution. It's just how it is.
I'm fine with the evolution. I never said that they're not. I said they're more talented. They're more skilled. They're better. They're better in the weight room and everything, but they're naturally more soft.
We're in the egg. We in the egg
They
era.
are.
We in the egg era. Like they're not playing on concrete no more, bro.
They got
Like,
a more.
nobody's
They got a
doing
more
that.
sensitive. They're more sensitive to aggressive coaching. They're more sensitive to being told they ain't good enough. You know, like hey, here's the biggest thing. Some of y'all that are older hats like me, and if you still coach, it used to be back in my day, you automatically respected a grown man, especially your coach or teacher.
Yes, sir.
That now and then, if they broke that down and disrespected you and treated you bad, then maybe you lost respect for them over time. Nowadays, with these kids that are athletes now that I coach, they don't respect you from the jump. And you got to like earn their respect.
Which is bullshit. They know he is.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, and that's a real thing. You know,
that's a fact. I don't even like taking.
You get some rare cases here and there where a kid's great, like because his daddy's old school and he told him what's up. But for the most part, I see that a lot, and I think that trickles into, especially with the more money these guys are making. They're and look, I'm all for them having the power. They're the talent. They deserve all the money. If the money's available, they deserve to make it. But they have a responsibility to the fans, their team, and the sport to give us all they got, too, since they're making that kind of money. That's all I'm saying, you know?
So can we equate that to the Knicks? Do you think that everybody on the Knicks give all they got, or they soft?
There's some guys that are softer than others, for sure.
But what's a tough? I just want to know what's a tough guy. Like, what's the tough guy? What's your tough
RJ is a tough guy. I can see that. RJ doesn't take any criticism to heart. He wants to be the face of the team. Like that guy.
Yeah, we need more yes. We need yes coach guys.
Yeah. A tough guy is someone.
Jimmy Butler.
Is there a difference between athleticism and skill? Today's player is way more athletic than older players.
Hey, hold on. Yeah, Jay Boogie, you got an echo coming through your mic, bro.
Like today.
Is it gone?
No, it's still there.
It was still there. It's not gone?
No.
Need headphones.
Like to me, today's player is way more athletic, but because there was a lack of athleticism in the olden, let's call it the olden time games, they had to be more skillful.
Yeah,
I like that.
And physical.
You know what I'm saying? Like coming off a pick, consistently hitting a 16-footer with a hand in your face, instead of just like, granted, they couldn't jump as high, they couldn't run as fast. They wasn't that, they was the high flyers. Don't get me wrong. There was the Dominiques, the Jordans, the Dr. J's, there was those. It seemed like every player nowadays can do that.
But like back then, them dudes couldn't even dribble behind their backs. Well,
and when you say skilled, I think you're meaning like they're more fundamentally sound.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
Like because skill, like the skill of like being able to dribble and No, I agree with the fun because it all equates to the problem with women. I don't want to start getting on the WNBA stuff, but that's why the WNBA, they don't have the athleticism that the men have. So the men, because they have all that athleticism, they can get away with some sloppy fundamentals and still get the same result.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like where women, they gotta shoot it. They have to have perfect form,
What if you threw a Steve Kerr on a LeBron and AD team? You think Steve Kerr would make a big difference, like back in the '90s, Steve Kerr?
Yes.
Steve Kerr would be JJ Redick, except without the
Well,
little bit of defense.
the thing is, the thing with Steve Kerr is he can play in a guy that shoots like that can play in any era as far as shooting.
Yes.
Now,
on defense,
he ain't gonna be able to defend people, but he was a tough dude though. He's underrated how tough he was.
How
He stood
tall
up
was
to Jordan.
How tall is he?
He's like 6'3".
6'3", yeah.
That guy's
just-
soft too, though. He cries at every interview. This guy's always like doing some emotional.
Why-
That doesn't make him soft, bro.
Just fucking around. Just fucking around.
Nah.
Relax, relax.
No cursing.
Hey, I'm Italian, bro. I cry a lot, bro. I'm passionate.
But that's why when you look at Steph Curry and Steve Kerr, it was the perfect match.
It was.
Oh yeah.
Steve Kerr seeing Steph Curry, because Steve was a point guard, but the shooting wasn't as much in that era. But then you look at Steph, like Steve wasn't even what Steph is, but that's like the vision of the perfect point guard in like his eyes, because that was the type of player he was. He was a shooter at the guard position.
I mean,
And then,
we
and
got to
then they
think
got
about this.
Draymond as a low maintenance playmaker that made.
There wasn't a
Curry's job little bit
3-point
easier.
line for a long time.
How was Draymond back in the '90s? Do you think he would be as successful or not?
It depends on who he's surrounded by.
Not at all.
I mean, I think Draymond's he's a throwback player playing today.
He'll be Bill Lambier, those type of guys. Which is a little better.
I think because Draymond plays like that, like the kind of a '90s style player, that's why, because everyone's game has changed, that's why he's successful, because there ain't many people that got that '90s game anymore.
A lot of the things we laud Anthony Mason for, as far as being able to dribble.
Bro,
the
that's
ball,
my dude right there, bro.
It's kind of what Draymond does, but like way more consistently.
I love it. I love Anthony Mason, bro. That's my dude.
Yeah, so I mean, there's space for him to exist. I don't know if he'd be a Hall of Famer in that era, because that would be dependent on who he played with. Because a lot of him being a Hall of Famer now is dependent on.
Yeah, and no offense to Draymond, but
But Draymond would have a 10, 12-year career if he played in the 90s.
I mean, there's a lot of dudes that would body him up back then, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Draymond wouldn't be playing the 4 or the 5 back then. He'd be a 3 because he's 6'6". He wouldn't be playing at the 4, even the 5.
But Joe Madden, you got to remember, Rodman played 4 a lot, and he was lighter. He was 6'8", 220.
Yeah, but he was
he was an elite athlete, bro. He can jump. He might have been the fastest dude on the court sometimes. The way he ran the court.
Rodman said he would eat up Draymond, didn't he?
Yeah, because Draymond has no offensive moves. He has no offensive moves.
I mean, I would say if they played 1-on-1, it would be a long 1-on-1 game.
Oh,
great.
No, but the rebound, they graded.
No, I mean Draymond. He's obviously a more offensive skilled player than Rodman was, you know. But he covered everybody. Bro, Rodman covered Jordan and Shaq. I mean,
When
come
he was
on.
on the Spurs, right?
I mean, they don't make them like that, bro. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Draymond talks a lot of shit, but I don't think he. Crap. Sorry, but he's. I don't think he would do very well in the '90s, to be honest. Charles Barkley would eat him up.
I mean, but we talking about Hall of Famers, man.
You muted, Freezy.
Yeah, CC, you ruining our bread, bro. Every time you curse, it's like you ruining our bread, man.
My bad, my bad.
I got
to check now.
Yo, you're gonna start putting $5 super chats.
Yeah. You should, hey, Uncle, you should, have a curse jar.
yeah.
They gotta
that
put
brings it back into the community and all that.
$2.
Yeah, man.
No, but I don't know. Like I said, like this whole, like in a lot of sports though, like styles and things like come back around, like because some teams start, like that's why I'm surprised. Like I don't think the post player will ever come back full on again.
Nope.
But elements of that.
But there may be times, especially in the playoffs, when you're in like one of them dogfight, like
it's needed.
It's needed sometimes, and like there's some teams that just can't do that. Like you can win a series with a team if you figure out like, man, this is working against them. We need to do this.
You need guys to be able to hit the mid-range shot out the post or coming off a down screen. You need guys like that. There's a reason why the Raptors took the jump when Kawhi got there, because he was a bucket from 15 to 18 feet.
Well, look at the whole Jordan rules era. Okay, like the answer eventually to like everyone was like, man, we got to do something about this Jordan kid and these teams. So all of a sudden the Pistons started playing that bad boy defense, and then the Knicks were doing it, and then everybody started getting rougher. You know, that was everyone's kind of answer to that.
And it was easier to do it because power forwards back then and centers back then, unless they were the elite, weren't that skilled, and you could help off, you could zone up.
Yeah, but like now, everyone's got to find a defensive answer for this damn 3-point shooting stuff.
I got a question for y'all. Like, so if let's say you take Brunson off this team and like replace him with like a player like let's say Marbury, just put Marbury as the point guard on this team, how far do you think this team will go?
Well, what version of Marbury are you talking about?
I'm not talking about
Prime.
I'm not
the best version of Mari. I'm just saying there's different versions, because when he came to the Knicks, he could get his own, but he wasn't necessarily making his teamates better.
Yeah, the Knicks don't need that right now.
But he was also by himself on that team.
The Knicks need a self.
But Marbury was a 21, but he was a 21-8 player though. Like,
no, trust me, but because he's the kind of player that needs to get his though. Like Brunson, I think is more naturally, even though he's a ball dominant guard, I think he naturally
can do both.
I think he naturally wants to get his teammates off too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Because I remember watching Marbury on Phoenix with Amari. He made Amari with him, but he didn't make Amari what he was. Amari's gonna be that regardless. But he originated the pick and roll with Amari first before Steve Nash got there. That was him.
Yeah. He gave you a glimpse of what it was gonna be.
Oh, I love Starberry now. Don't get me wrong.
Because I think that Marbury on this team, I think Marbury was just ahead of his time as far as like.
Okay. Yeah. He was he had the skill set of like, you know, like what Russell does, you know, but better, but more efficient. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that explosive guard. Like, I mean, there were a few guys that started coming up like that, like Baron Davis,
Steve Francis.
Him, yeah, Stevie Franchise. Like,
you know, if Baron Davis never hurt his knee, Baron Davis used to posterize.
Oh, I know, bro.
If he didn't hurt his knee,
oh man, you got me thinking about that when he got hurt, bro. Oh, that was a bad one.
Especially
I remember that
in college, because he was extremely explosive, and even when he messed his knee up, he came back and still was
exactly.
No, not that one. No, we talking about the early ACL.
Yeah, I'm talking about like college days. Like,
okay, yeah. But I was thinking about that when he had his comeback and when he dislocated his. Oh man,
I'm talking about before he even got to the league. Type of
right.
Yeah, man.
But
yeah, man. So go ahead, Coach.
No, go ahead.
Oh, so what I was gonna get at is this. So with 255 votes, are you experiencing Donovan Mitchell trade fatigue? 72% of you guys say yes.
Mm-hmm.
That you are getting Donovan Mitchell trade fatigue.
Yeah, just look what we just
long road ahead of them.
Hey, but you know what?
This is 2 weeks in, bro.
just look at what we just talked about for the last 45 minutes. That's how that proves right there we got fatigue. I'm done talking about that. I mean, which is good. We're all basketball heads. I like that. You know what I'm saying? But it helps me get my mind off it, bro.
Yeah, I would offer Scott Perry and all them guys this, man.
open some other doors, man.
Yeah.
See what else is out there. You don't have to go down the road of getting a guy, but at least explore stuff. I know
some feelers out there.
Yeah, the Celtics and Jalen Brunson and all that stuff. They're like, nah, man, we wasn't trying to shopping you. It was just once in a lifetime, Kevin Durant, right? I would say go to Boston and see if they bluffing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying the other day. Like when they brought up that Brown thing, why not offer the same package that we want to offer? The exact package. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And coach, and here's the kicker to it. You know what I also do? And also, I'm calling them about Brown, but what would y'all take for Marcus Smart?
Mm-hmm. Throw him in the mix.
And see, and that's how we lost out on Tyrese Halliburton. Remember, we was calling about Fox and didn't inquire about the other players on the roster
because we didn't know.
So Boston are rebuilding now. They're going to go out and trade unless they're not getting Kevin Durant. I don't think they're going to move either of these dudes. Even like I understand, like the picks we have could be very enticing for them, but unless they know they have another move to turn that into a championship player, they ain't going to do it.
Well, I'm not saying Boston's going to do it, but just the visual of us.
Jaylen Brown got a little Kyrie in him, where he's going to be upset about it.
He might get a little butthurt now from that.
What does a Boston and New York talking about a major deal look like to those on the outside looking in at New York wanting to deal with New York? Because if you're Utah, you right now you feel like you're the only game in town.
Yeah,
right.
This is publicity they need.
Right. What I'm saying is there
on the national stage.
There are other fish in the sea. Is all I'm saying.
I would be looking around like, what you want for SGA? Okay, see.
Right.
You gotta send out feelers just to see what's going on or check the temperature of your league.
Who else is in their division? So it's Utah, Minnesota, Memphis, New Orleans, and who else is in their division? Dallas.
In the Northwest Division is Jazz, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Blazers, and Thunder.
They should call for SGA because I'll ask them like, yo, bro, are y'all going for the French kid or not?
Even more realistic, like you look at like Colin Sexton still floating out there. Sign and trade.
What would you do?
Isn't there a rumor with him going somewhere?
I haven't seen anything.
I only saw they offered him the $40 million.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've seen.
I love Sexton, man. Hey, gentlemen, greetings, by the way.
What's up, Anthony?
Yo, what up, Sarge?
Yeah, I love Sexton, but I'm worried about Sexton getting a shorter deal where no one picks him up, and then he gets a $1 million contract, and he's like, damn, I should have taken that offer. Because right now, it's looking really sad.
Qualifying offer from the Cavs just so he can be unrestricted and try to play his value up, but that might as well.
What if we pick up Schroeder in a little backup rotation role?
I'm good.
There's a reason why he's been punted off the few teams.
Yeah, because everyone tries to pick him up to make him a starter, but just a backup.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing that people they always knee jerk and be like, nah, like it's like I don't want these people as starters. We're talking about pieces that fill in a little bit.
See, if you're not doing the Donovan Mitchell trade, you still have Rose, you still have Quickly, you brought in Brunson's, you need to bring in another point guard and another point guard that can't shoot.
That's also another thing.
Yo, he's maybe a better version of Alfred Payton.
If we're targeting someone, we need to target like a big wing playmaker type, or like it would be kind of redundant if we just got another small point guard.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like if this, I mean, yeah, no, if that Mitchell trade doesn't come through, then yeah, no, we don't need no guards.
If the Mitchell thing doesn't come through, I'm playing it out and just doing what the plan was probably after the draft before this Mitchell thing come out and just play it how it is and look at the draft. Because seriously, it's like what move outside of Donovan Mitchell right now is realistic to happen, and that is going to make us into a guaranteed play of like top 5, top 6, like Mitchell would. So you kind of look at it as like next year's draft. You still have the picks. Just look into the draft until that Mitchell thing comes alive a little bit down the line.
I mean, I'm all for RJ at the 2 if we don't get Mitchell.
I mean, we was talking about spades. They no used to, putting your deuce of spade out there so it could get eaten up. And then now now people know your hand. You know what I mean? You got to hold them cards when you got it, play it when you need to.
Yeah.
Actually, like Freezer said, let's make offers to multiple guys. Let's go for Brown. Let's go for Ingram. Let's put something for Ingram. Let's have Danny think, yo, man, we're not gonna wait for you. You're not the only,
And I want to know, like,
screens. They're not like Ingram isn't leave. Like the Pelicans are looking at it, trying to make a deep run for the playoffs. They loaded up on stuff. They're not moving Ingram. And the same thing with Boston. Boston are going to rebuild.
I'm not saying make a deal. I'm saying put the offer out so that we're not locked into only one option.
What are names out there, Freezy? What are some real legitimate early young superstars that
like 25 and under guys?
Is Fox available?
Fox is out there. I don't think he's available.
I like De'Aaron Fox though.
Yeah, Fox is out there.
Yeah, they chose Fox over once they traded Halliburton. They chose Fox. He probably not going nowhere.
But then they drafted Keegan, right?
And then they got Davion, so he's probably not going nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
unless you give them an offer they can't refuse.
And what we have, the offer of Mitchell is an offer that most people can refuse.
I would love to make a power play for Tyler Hero. And listen, not go overboard. I'm not talking about going overboard. I'm talking about trading them quality NBA talent and a pick for Tyler Hero. That's it.
Yep.
So send like a D Rose and maybe Obi over there or Cam and a pick.
Why I gotta put Obi in there?
Why are you giving up a lot? Why are you talking about giving up a lot? I'm not even.
No. I'm saying or. There's an or.
I'm joking. I'm an Obi fan, but I'm not. Man, I'm
talking about giving him like Derrick Rose, a first round pick unprotected. That's it.
Oh, okay.
For Tyler Hero.
They're gonna pay him starter money, and he's coming off the bench for them. And he wanting starter money.
Yeah, man. Because of his role.
Yeah, Pat is delusional enough to think that Tyler Hero and a few picks is good enough to target Kevin Durant. So I'm not sure if we're even like gonna try to meet his demands for how high they got. He actually thinks high of Hero enough to think that.
But the thing is,
the KD trade.
The thing is, the Knicks' unprotected draft pick for some reason has more gravity than some of these players that we have.
Word.
But we'll trade for Hero to come off the bench or to start.
He has definitely to start if he's making how much money, right?
Right, but I would say I would bring him off the bench and still go after Tyler Hero. But once I get Hero, Danny Ainge don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what I'm saying is what's good for the goose is good for the gander in a lot of these situations, man.
They'd probably want quickly, right? Instead of Rose, because they got Kyle Lowry, so they'd want that next point guard to kind of come after. They probably wouldn't want Rose, right? So even if it was quickly, even if it was quickly, would you still be cool with it?
Man, I'm cool with just getting Donovan Mitchell, bro. None of these dudes are going to be Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm the same thing, Freezy. I would look at getting Tyler Hero as a stopgap, and then once he's tradable and the Donovan Mitchell thing comes alive, you send him to Utah. I'm still on Donovan, and I'm waiting.
Hey, what about that Desmond Bain dude from Memphis?
I think he's a system player. He's a system player too, bro.
I think
because he can't create on his own. And then plus he tends to run out of gas
I know, but he can spot up shoot though.
Yeah, but now when he come to the Knicks, like Wesley Matthews, you traded for him, and he couldn't hit a three to save his life. So I think he'll do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying offer like the world for the guy.
See, they're good. They're competing with Ja and them, and he fits very well what they're doing. And they're yet again, it's like if we're trying to get young players we need to look at giving up our picks to teams that are losing. Because if we're trying to get players from teams that are winning, we're giving up win now players. So you got to look at the bottom teams like Detroit, Magic, or even teams that are stuck in purgatory like Washington and stuff. And you look at them teams, and you're like, all right, what can we get out of them?
What can we get out of Washington? What can we?
Right. Hey guys, I'm a wrap up right here because I need to do a evening show, and then plus I gotta do some things for the Patreon guys. Right.
All right,
So
bro.
I'm gonna try to Joe, you coming back? You'll be back. You free to come jump back in about 6?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good. I'm around.
Hey guys, so I'm gonna try to do about 6. If not 6, they're about maybe do like a 6 to 8:30, 6 to 8:30, and then do the Knicks at Night podcast. So basically, what I'm going to do is take a little break, take a little siesta, real quick. Work with on the Patreon thing. Come back for the Knicks evening drive or afternoon drive or traffic drive or whatever one of y'all come up with, whatever for that show, and then come back for the Knicks at Night podcast. But I want to get some stuff done before we get too in depth, and I kind of missed the window on stuff. Thank you everybody for rocking with us. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna make a few phone calls after this. But we'll see y'all later.
This afternoon, you going Patreon this afternoon? Well, or you coming back to the tube this afternoon? You going Patreon?
No, on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be
all
here.
right, cool.
Salute,
All right,
salute.
All right,